Yeah, so the concessions were introduced into the Kruger Park about 20 years ago. Took 7 greenfield sites where there was no previous development, and they developed a sort of luxury lodge setup, but all on the best practice sustainable principles. There was obviously quite a lot of opposition to it, but SANParks needed to do it in order to generate more revenue. There's more and more demand on our wildlife and to produce, and this was one of the initiatives we deemed responsible to undertake, so we did it. But as I said, we did it on fully responsible principles. So our concessions are audited twice a year. Obviously the first few audits were learning processes, but that was 20 years ago. Today almost all of them are scoring high 90% for their audits. We look at stuff like water use. I bet most game lodges can't tell you how much water they use in a month. People will be astounded, but the average human is using probably per person on site per day about 450 litres a person per day. So a concession like Imbali is using 700,000-800,000 when fully functional, pre or post COVID. Right now water use is a lot less. We just have to run water through the taps to make sure all our systems like reed beds still function and don't just clog up, so there's a bit of water use there. We monitor our boreholes, how sustainable they are. People aren't really aware of it. They sort of breeze in and breeze out of a wildlife area, never giving a moment's thought to actually what resources are required in order for the wildlife area to function. And the sort of 2 major contributors of which wildlife in Africa is dependent upon for its survival is the photographic stroke game viewing safari industry, and the other is the hunting safari industry. And I can tell you through 20 odd years of personal experience, neither are 100% square. Everyone knows all the demons around hunting, that's all out there, but no one knows the demons about lodges and camps in wildlife areas. And as hunting consumes an animal, photographic and game viewing safari operations consume water en masse. So we're very careful with that. Imbali do a great job of managing that, and they have done for 20 years. I don't know how many wildlife areas work on these principles, but if your wildlife area isn't working on these principles, you would need to do a little bit of introspection. So next time you choose your destination, you should look at this. Is your lodge operator or your hunter practicing responsible principles? It's all about responsible.